The ZTZ-96, also known as the Type 96, is widely regarded as China's first modern BMT and was one of the PLA's most ambitious projects in the 1990s. Here's how the ZTZ-96 compares to its rivals and what China is doing to keep it viable for years to come. Hey guys, welcome to our channel Alpha Tanks, where we tell you about military tanks, from the most famous World War II battle tanks to the most advanced MBTs at present. So stay with us till the end of this video so you don't miss out on any of this information. But before we proceed, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and click on the bell icon so that you don't miss out on any of our amazing videos in the future. And let's dive in. In comparison to the US and Soviet Russia, China's tank industry is still in its formative years. Nonetheless, the People's Liberation Army has made significant efforts in previous decades to not only keep up with, but potentially outperform its Russian and American counterparts' main battle tanks. The Type 96 evolved from earlier Chinese plans to modernize the second-generation Type 88 tank, which was itself part of the PLA's ongoing efforts to replace the Type 59, a license-copied Soviet T-54A tank. The Chinese People's Liberation Army's first-line armored divisions are currently equipped with 2,500 Type 96 MBTs. In comparison, the much-improved Type 98-99s are only available to the Army's elite units. The Type 96 is also a distant relative of the Soviet T-54A. The latter was adopted for mass production with the assistance of the Soviet Union in 1959 and copied as the Type 59, then gradually improved over the years through the Type 69-79 mainly exported, Type 8088 L7 derived 105mm and brand new drivetrain, and finally the Type 85, that swapped the old hemispheric cast turret for a composite welded one. As of mid-2016, Production 2077 was declared alongside 814 Type 99s for a total of 7,000 tanks. Through this lineage and shifting relationships with Russia and the West, technology transfers enabled Chinese engineers from various institutes and research centers working with Norinco to provide an affordable, easy-to-maintain MBT capable of dealing with all terrains and climates of a country wide as a continent, while keeping pace with these countries' technological advances. However, the revelation of performances by Iraqi Chinese-built Type 69-79 tanks during the 1991 Gulf War sent a clear message that Chinese tanks were hopelessly outmatched by their Western counterparts. Here is the design of the Type 96. The Type 85 serves as the foundation for the hull. It is entirely made of welded steel RHA with a small recess in the back to increase the glacis front angle artificially. The sides' armored storage boxes or encased compartments blended into the upper hull are the most distinguishing feature. Overall, the hull sides are almost slab-sided, but these storage boxes provide an extra layer of protection. Overall, the general configuration remains unchanged from previous models. The driver sits on the left side, with his own one-piece rear opening hatch and 3 periscopes that cover the frontal arc. On the basic Type 96, the central one could be swapped for an IR device with a limited range, max 800 meters field of vision. He also had an additional escape hatch beneath his feet. 6 cooling grills and engine louves are located on the raised engine deck at the rear, while the 2 exhaust pipes are located on the right side. There appears to be no system in place to cool the fumes or reduce the IR thermal signature. However, the previous Type 80-88-85's active protection system is retained, a device that injects diesel fuel into the hot exhaust pipes to create a smoke cloud. Both the engine compartment and the crew compartment have an automatic detection suppression fire extinguisher. Like previous MBTs, extra external fuel tanks are provided on the back panel, rarely seen in photos, as well as the standard unditching beam and towing steel cable. The welded breakwater on the glacis front is being removed to make way for ERA block fittings. Each side has day and blackout headlights with armored covers. From the turret ring to the beak, there are typically 8 rows of 5 ERA blocks per row protecting the entire glacis. The lower beak was shielded by an additional 8 blocks, leaving the towing hooks free. The turret is composite and similar to the Type 85. It is octagonal in shape, with a reduced front part that serves as a mantlet and provision for large modular armor blocks on the 2 outer faces. 2 banks of smoke dischargers of varying configuration are installed on the 2 other faces that connect with the turret rear sides. Typically, there are 2 banks of 2 and 2 banks of 4, 6 in total per side. The turret's rear sides house a large storage basket that also serves as bar-style slat armor against RPGs. There is no storage at the back, but the turret is slightly elongated and equipped with transversely placed fixings for the fording equipment and snorkel tube. The commander's cupola is on the left and the gunner's is on the right. The Type 96 uses a welded turret that had previously been tested on the Type 85, but it is China's first tank to use modular armor. 3 Type 683 composite armor modules are bolted together on the front of the turret. They can be quickly replaced when damaged or for upgrades, making them a highly adaptable solution. According to contemporary China's weapons industry, these composite armor modules were developed over the Type 681 composite armor developed in China, which used a special material plus metal plus composites sandwich-type structure capable of defeating fin-stabilized projectiles and all types of shape-charged warheads. The level of protection against APF-SDS at 2,000 meters is estimated to be equivalent to 530 millimeters of homogeneous steel armor. This compares favorably with the Russian T-90 tanks, but not with the M1A2, but the weight difference is large enough that this figure appears reasonable. According to Norinco foreign trade data, China's newly developed FY series of ERA protection indicates an equivalent of the Russian Contact 5 reactive armor level, fully proven against APF-SDST rounds. The electrically fired smoke mortars on either side of the turret provide some active protection. In comparison to the Type 85 and 8088, the Type 9096 has a new smoothbore 125mm cannon with an auto-loader that saves the loader and helps keep the turret compact. The secondary armament consisted of a coaxial 7.62mm LMG with an 1,800-meter range at 250 RPM and a heavy 12.7mm anti-aircraft machine gun mounted around the command cupola with a 2,000-meter range with 2,257.62mm rounds and 512.7mm rounds respectively. There is no data to describe the autoloader characteristics more precisely, but it is known to have been developed from the Russian T-72 original autoloader tested on the Type 88 and Type 85 and refined in the Type 85-3. It can select shells, complete ramming, and fill larger rounds with separate charges tailored for the 125mm smoothbore main cannon. The maximum fire rate is 6 rounds per minute. The new caliber, derived from the Type 85-3, provides the Type 96 with a diverse range of ammunition compatible with Russian T-72 stocks, including HEAT, HE, APF-SDS, and ATGMs. In addition to the standard Frag-E, the HE is a versatile round with fragmentation effects against soft-skin vehicles and infantry. The standard provision is 42 rounds of all types. The gun itself had a -4 depression and a +12 elevation. The Type 96 is powered by the same modernized drivetrain as the previous Type 80, 85, 88, which consists of 6 lightweight road wheels, each with its own independent torsion arm, and shock absorbers on the 2 front and 1 rear road wheel suspension sets. The drive sprocket, idler, return rollers, and tracks all remain the same. To defeat RPGs, the entire drivetrain is protected by rubber skirts, 6 panels, just like the previous models. For many years, the Type 96 relied on the 12150ZL Type V12 cylinder water-cooled turbocharged diesel engine rated at 537 kilowatts at 2200 RPM. This power unit is based on Western German designs from the late 1980s, but no technical improvements were available when the WET imposed a ban on technology transfers after 1989. The Type 96 series could have been upgraded with the domestic 85-3 experimental 1,000 horsepower diesel, but the latter was designed for the export market and did not meet Chinese PLA specifications based on a wide range of climatic diversity. According to official data, the 12150ZL turbocharged diesel development began in 1973, with the first prototype tested in 1974, and has since gone through 13 years of incremental improvements. According to PLA doctrine, the engine has been described as rugged, reliable, durable, and easy to maintain since 1987 reports and nearly 17 years of service with the Type 80. This engine is essentially derived from the Soviet B-2 engine used on the T-54A, which was adapted to the Type 59 tanks and reached the pinnacle of its technical evolution and refinements. This extensive experience and shared knowledge greatly aided the logistics department, which relied on a large number of spare parts shared by the 12150ZL and 12150ZL7 diesels. This choice also simplified and streamlined maintenance training for the crew and mechanics, and proved extremely valuable in the long run, though it was obviously insufficient for the Type 96G. Top speed was 65 km per hour, climbing capabilities were 60% gradient, 40% side slope, and 0.8 meters vertical step. it was discovered to be capable of crossing a 2.7-meter wide trench, fording 1.4 meters of water, or walking 5 meters with preparation. And that's it for today, guys. We sincerely hope you enjoyed the video. If so, please click on the like button and share it with your friends and family. If you have any questions or comments, please share them with us in the comment space below. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel to see even more of our incredible videos. You can also check out our other videos that have been specially selected for you. We'll catch up in the next video.